Woo-hoo. Every time.
Ready?
Get ready for the show.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Here goes.
Good.
You know what? It's just this. You know what? It feels like the very first time.
Feels like the very first time.
Yes, it's so. Now, gathered throng. Hello. We have been revealed through the mystic foams, and now it's time to enact the ritual, to fully engage it. Hello. I am your internet friend, Jeffrey K. Horcrims, and however it came to be, you have fallen ass backwards into Twitch's brewing show, Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined, as almost always, by Eric J. Benson, Acquisitions Intoxicated brewmaster, so much more.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
I mean, that's fun.
But I know you're saying, well, who's this new guy? I've never heard of him before. Well, it's entirely possible that you know him by one of his other names. For example, this is not an exhaustive list. The notorious EJB, Edge Benson, Azerbaijan, another classic, rolls right off of the tongue. Of course, you know, obviously, as longtime enthusiasts, midday drunkards, you know, as well as we do, that we do everything that we can to adhere to the hero's journey here on the program. And that means that there is a ritual cast to absolutely everything. But before we begin, is there a close-up on the Helldrake?
Oh, wah!
It's like,
Yeah, he's just like hanging out. He's like our buddy now. Like,
well, no, I mean, I think that there's a situation where it's like, he's like, I'm reporting live from downtown.
these two assholes are brewing beer and they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, there's a gigantic demon. Yeah, exactly. Wait, here, can he?
I think it fits.
Close?
It's close.
Well, he can get a little sip.
He's like, yeah.
He can get a sip at maximum, but we should be able to deliver reliable Helldrake.
I don't know, man.
Helldrake thrills.
That's like the easy part. Like the psycher phase, I was going through it. There's a lot there.
Yes,
Like,
well, especially since
I'm just like flinging spells like it's nobody's business, and I'm like, I got to remember all like.
No, there is another game. You essentially, because you.
Because I want to injure myself and hurt myself.
Because Magnus turned his back with the rest of his sons on the results of the Council of Nicaea and the prohibition on using the warp. They've gotten very good at it in those intervening 10 millennia. But it's essentially a turn of the game. This is what makes it magic, right? It's a turn of the game that he just doesn't have access to.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have anybody who can deny it either.
Right.
So it's going to be arcane artillery the whole time, and then you're going to play the rest of the game that we know about.
Yeah. Anyways.
That being said, we got some Grens over there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. This is for Love Sarlactually.
Yeah. So get a whiff.
Which is very goofy, as you know.
Okay. So, Love Sarlactually. This is a rye IPA. This is 2.5 pounds of Vienna and Pilsner and just a little bit of rye malt. So it's a really simple build, but it's very sophisticated in
sharp.
Smell.
It's actually sharp and sweet.
Oh.
That's the rye, I bet, right?
Yeah,
that's different. That's different.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Pilsner Vienna mix.
Oh, so here, no, this was the aroma. Here.
I like that tape Pilsner Vienna mix.
Here, let's try this better. Oh yeah, see that smells like grains and not
it smells
poison.
amazing.
All right, yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that's gonna be all right. All right, so Grens. Into the ding dong.
Heard about it.
Oh, precious Grens. Okay. What next?
You want to get your little scale
device.
out there?
Exactly. Get my instrument.
Yep.
All right, now we got something at the beginning and something later, right?
Yes, so at the beginning we have Tomahawk. Now, if you can't find Tomahawk, you can use Columbus, it's the same thing. They've actually blended into a blend called CTZ.
Oh yeah, so it's one pellet now, right?
Yeah, so That's what we're going to start out with.
How much of that?
That's a half an ounce that goes in.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Let's hit it. Oh yeah, Blank Cleric, yeah, it's very, that's a little on the nose, except they call it Nikea, of course.
Yeah, not Nicaea.
Yeah. The Council of IKEA.
Yeah.
We like a precise amount of hop extraction. We love it. What?
What happened?
Nothing.
You couldn't? Shh. Oh, man. Shh. You were getting so good. I mean, just so good.
It is finished.
Uh,
Okay. So that's the CTZ Columbus Tomahawk mix.
Okay. Wait. Oh, yeah. Now you got this. So we were originally going to go with Sriracha Ace. We couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So we have an alternative. Ooh. This is new. It's called Zamba. And so read that.
Juicy tropical fruits, stone fruits, candy.
Yeah.
And orange tangerine. Okay, so we like this. That has kind of a Belma vibe to me.
Yeah. But what's neat about it is like, oh, juicy fruits. It's like you digesting in the pit, right? So
This is going to be, well, yeah, digested by the pineapple.
yeah.
All right, and how much of this bad boy goes?
Another half.
Wow.
Because remember, that's going in at the end, right?
That is actually a new.
That smells real. It's light, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It smells a bit like juicy fruit, like the
Yeah.
stick gum.
Yeah, because you know how most of the time you smell it, it's dank, right?
Yeah. Nugs.
This
Nugs
is a very light.
Yeah. There is not the dank.
The dankness.
Sock, teen aroma.
So they actually have a hop now called sativa, but it's spelt with a C. It's like Citiva. I'm like, really?
That's embarrassing.
I saw it and I'm like,
But yeah, I mean, cannabis is definitely a hop profile for sure. But come on, we can do better than this. You know what?
How about you put them in? I'm just throwing that concept out there. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it
for you.
Yeah.
And you passed.
Yeah,
So
thanks.
good job.
Hey.
You killed it. You killed it, buddy. All right, now let me put my implements down her, and we're gonna install. We call it the hat.
Yeah. Is it the hat? I mean,
call
that's
it-
we don't call it the hatch or like.
The aperture.
Yeah.
No,
Ooh.
no, those are not. That's not what we do. We call it this other thing that I just made up. All right. Now, are you on device? No. Let's turn you on. Let's activate you.
Solid start.
Yep. Scan. All right. So far, I like what we're seeing. Syncing. Yeah. Let's get that done.
Classic.
Mi recipe. Fish hatchwing. Love sarlacc.
I love that style. Okay. All right. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. If you hear any scraping,
That seemed like a great.
it was
injection.
a strong insertion. It was confident,
Man, listen.
proud, definitive. All right. Love sarlactually. Let's get it.
I'm excited. I think that's going to be really, really fun.
Oh yeah. Well, it's all right. It's all great stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all of our favorite shit. All right, now. Today's beverage, should you choose to drink it.
Oh, I'm really thirsty, so I have no. I have no other choice.
All right, so this is.
This is untapped. This is Munich malt and just straight Caribbean with Liberty.
Okay. Oof.
Looks great.
Yeah, we like this color. Okay.
Oh, so you gotta remember to turn the tap up after you pull it.
Oh, for serving?
CO2, yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got in cup 2. More beer. Okay. Give that a try. Yeah, what do we think?
Carbonated well.
Yep.
Tastes like it should have been lagered.
Hold on. Yeah, so help me understand what's happening.
So,
Here, hang on 1 second.
I don't know if Jack's in the chat. This is supposed to be a lager. I don't think it got lagered.
What happened to it?
So, it's like a steam beer right now. We're using a lager yeast
At regular temps?
at regular temps.
Okay. And what temp is supposed to be used?
30, I mean, you lower it,
It's a process,
process where you lower it each week.
right?
Yeah.
So it basically constrains its activity, sort of?
And, a lot of the flavors don't drop out. You get diacetyl acid in there.
I see.
And that's a lot of what you're tasting.
So it's a more gentle fermentation, basically? I see. And this is what happens when this is like yeast goes wild,
yeah.
the DVD.
Well, yeah, because remember when a normal ale yeast ferments on the top of
Totally.
the fermenter, where lager yeast ferments on the bottom.
Yeah. I mean,
This is still good.
that's the thing. It's still good, but it's so it's supposed to be cleaner.
Yeah, so
Right? I can just tell from the texture of it that it's supposed to be crisper.
yeah, well that absolutely, and the color, you would see this incredibly clear.
Yeah,
because
it's like a Marzen style, all those classic German beers.
yeah,
Right?
Because when you lager a beer, it's actually really neat if you watch it. Every week you open up the your drawer.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're lagering in.
Your lager hole.
Yeah. You can see it almost shed layers of clarity.
Oh, it looks like a gradient?
Yeah, and it just sheds layers of proteins.
Wild. And then that's the trub, the goop at the bottom.
But this is actually really good, for a steam beer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not this. This is not what we tried to make, but damn it, this makes me want to re-up.
Yeah, and actually lager it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because everything that is cool in here would, if it were crisper, it would just have a different. The result would be different, right? It would strip out a lot of the syrupy nature of it. I don't know. I think it's still good.
What's the? Oh, that's my Helldrake. I've named him Archibald.
Archibald, yeah,
Archie for short.
Let me show you them.
Yeah. I said, I'm not a cat person. I like cats like me,
Yeah.
but I'm allergic to them.
Yeah, exactly. You get moist.
I always thought if I get a cat, I'm going to get a Sphinx cat.
Oh yeah.
And then name him Archibald.
There you go. It's I
feel like that's
a cat that would not harm you to own.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
No.
This is the first iteration of Archibald. Maybe we'll have a live version soon.
It's a total son of a bitch. Are there a bunch of wing configurations?
No.
Did they suggest?
No.
Because I've only ever really seen this pose.
Yeah, because they lock into place.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you wanted to switch the wings up, you would just carve out the locking mechanism and then glue it, right? You know what I mean?
Exactly. So there'll be an opportunity for us to learn some of the particular rules that are involved in this thing. So my presumption is that the fight is basically going to be this thing mopping up units and then turning toward its true foe, the Redemptor Dreadnought.
I feel like the Dreadnought. There are some
It's such a factor.
I think the psychic abilities are what take down the Dreadnought. Doombolt.
Mortals.
And so
So there's no saves.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's because I'm all Thousand Suns, now considered a cabal of sorcerers.
Yeah.
So which gives me, and I took the cult of magic. So not only do yeah. So not only do I get Doombolt, right?
Right.
I can also use Witch Bolt or Witch something, which is another D3, and then use the Cabal of Sorcerers, which adds a D3 onto that if it's successful mortal wounds.
Oh,
so it's D6 mortal wounds.
He's gonna have to play because he likes to sneak around.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to play in a totally fucked up, bizarre way. Now, Cab, the fully jabbed, is this now one of those degenerate flap streams? God, I wish.
What is that?
Well, no, it's a joke about these metas
Oh.
that happen on Twitch. I would love there to be. It's like a meta on Twitch that's just wicked demon possessed dragon robots. I listen. I would watch that show.
Yeah.
I would 100% watch that show. No. The meta is actually to show. Other people's copyrighted content.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Why not just take someone's shit and then profit off of
I
it?
heard the most whacked out rumor, because you have to look at it and try to figure out what the fuck the thinking even is. I heard a rumor that it was essentially about trying to get out of these contracts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't it? Because the contracts are brutal. They require a certain number of hours of streaming per month. So that's one of the things that got this meta into play.
What a wild fucking way to look at that.
To produce so much like that treadmill, right? I mean, listen, there is a reason.
I get all of this.
Oh,
like, that's amazing.
For sure. But it's like I guess we'll see. But
wow.
We decided that 3 strips was plenty per week.
Yeah.
And we decided this, 20 years ago, right? So if we wanted to do anything else, we would have time.
Right.
And we have time to do other stuff. Right. But that's these fucking platforms. But of course, we just had like a .com.
Right.
And we hand coded a bunch of HTML and uploaded it via FTP.
Right.
The way that it works now, it looks like a good deal when you get that deal. And obviously the sums are astronomical.
Right, but then you have to produce.
But real life is different than that.
Right.
Right? That actually seems like it's like the fucking monkey's paw. Getting that wish, I think, is actually really scary.
Yeah. You don't know what you've signed up for.
No,
right?
when you'd never be able to conceive it. I mean, I remember when I signed the first contract that was like, wow, I can actually be a writer as my profession. I would have signed anything.
Right. It's just like it's like a band signing a record deal. Like, just give me the fucking rate. Give me a CD.
And it's like they own the masters and they own this.
Right.
It's exactly the same thing. And then essentially, we were not smart. We just wanted to do this as a job.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very expensive lesson.
Yeah. So I got a chance to talk to, oh my God, Steve Miller, right?
Of the Steve Miller Band?
Yeah, he comes to Cigar Club every now and then.
Really?
Yeah. And
okay.
Like what he did that was so amazing was he kept he was so smart.
It's quite
he
rare.
kept all the rights for his songs.
It's quite rare, right?
And yeah, super smart dude. And it was just amazing to hear about how his journey through the industry was compared to others.
Oh, gruesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then now it's happening again, right? You start on SoundCloud, or you get the direct deal with the Spotify or with the Apple.
But then you hear it, like we have musicians in the club, and you hear about their deals with Spotify, and it's horrifying.
Oh, it's Spotify.
Like 0.00001 cent per stream.
It's a psychosis.
Yeah.
It's like. I mean, I guess that's something. It's like compared to Napster or whatever, that's something when it piles up. But holy shit. Anyway, now, Fat Baron for sure. That's the most bizarre scenario. Gundam flaps. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some thrusters. We don't need times in here creating problems, but there was some thruster manifolds that did get manipulated, for lack of a better term, on stream. And I apologized for it.
What?
No, there's no universal. No, but Mike did manipulate the flaps on the Sazabi thruster in a way that I thought was perverse during a Gundam stream. I'll show you the clip.
By manipulating a flap.
You'd have to see the flap first of all.
I mean,
like
he just put he put his S foils out, and you got mad.
Well, I didn't get mad, but I was titillated, and would.
Like violation of stream titillated? Like
Yeah, we considered it. We clipped it, obviously, and it seemed outre. I mean, it seemed like something that, it's like, I'll know it when I see it, right? And when I saw that flap, I was like, oh, yow. Yeah, is that why Mike is no longer allowed to stream Gunpla? All right, now, guys, so we're back at it. We put out an incredible product. It's down in the boil.
I love
Sarl actually.
Oh, dude, really
I was just gonna
cool,
say,
right?
it's like I don't mind this color at all.
No, but this is the first iteration
Exactly,
of it.
but I mean, we can definitely see something that seems like a digestive fluid with this riser.
This is the bile that is.
Yes,
that
exactly.
Is literally...
I have seen this fluid.
Oh.
I have seen this fluid, for sure. This is a Soju. This is a Soju-related fluid.
Listen, man. The last time we went out, Soju hit hard.
Yeah, wow. And it's like, Dave got a hold of me in the morning. He's like, do you guys do that a lot? It's like, yeah, motherfucker, if you come out with us, it's on.
Yeah.
We make it happen.
Well,
Sarlacfluids.com.
Yeah, but you know what?
No, it's like Sarlacc or not.
Yeah. We got to talk about this because we had our soju, but Dave was making us do shots of Viking blood mead. So I'm not playing into that game. I'm not playing into that fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, typically we might go to Zoo and have a beer.
Yeah.
And then go over and we move into the light beer soju combo, the whirlpool.
Yeah, the tornado.
Scenario. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker's like, well, why don't we drink hard liquor before we go?
And I'm like, fuck yeah. I mean, but it was good.
I'm not saying that it was bad, but the body does resent that sort of thing.
The next day, yeah. Oof.
Now, all right, yeah, Viking blood is for real.
Yeah.
Hey, J3Z, thank you so much. Yeah, Soju is bad news playing cleric, especially in this particular configuration, because your friend.
My friend John told us
Your friend
that,
John instructed you in its ways, which is the red cap.
You get the red cap soju because that's actually the higher proof. That's what it's the original. It's higher proofed. You pour a shot into a little glass, and then you fill that glass with beer, and then you
like a crisp light lager.
Yeah, exactly, like an HB or.
And the combination of these two things is beyond.
Yeah, it's magical.
But then if you go to the dive bar version of Korean barbecue over at Palmy in the U District,
I like that place.
I liked it too. But I'm saying that over there, it's like, okay, do you want the lychee?
Yeah, the lychee and the citron one.
The citron. It's like you're just making pop.
Yeah.
You're just making pop, except you get fucked up. All right, now we do need.
Yeah, we need an idea for what do we want to do?
Yeah, with cider that would be great, Ghostly, no question.
Oh, that would be kind of.
So last time we did our Dune vibe, and I don't even hate Dune.
No, we did Mandalorian.
Oh, that's right.
Or the Book of Boba.
In my mind, it's like it's all sort of the same shit.
Yeah,
it's like it's a worm, but it stays in one place.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. So yeah, Untapped. I mean, that's the stuff. Lagered as a steam beer, it's just a little bit more round. It has a little bit more of these fruity esters.
I like it.
I don't hate it. As a lager, I think it would be pure magic. Graham Baxter, I don't know what it is. I don't know what Advocat is. It sounds alcoholic. It sounds alcoholic. God, we could.
We could do a psycher phase where it's. Ooh.
Polish egg liquor? What the fuck are you talking about?
Wow, that seems pretty cool.
Polish egg liquor? Pull it up. What the fuck?
I'm kind of scared we're gonna.
What are we advocating here? Oh no. Is that opaque? It is. Oh!
Whoa, look at this stuff. This looks great.
Does it?
That doesn't look cool. It's like an eggnog.
Looks like limoncello. Get that nice.
But it has a rich egg.
Look at that. Whoa. Are they putting that on a piece of chicken?
Yeah, the motherfuckers are just putting it on dinner.
What the hell is that? Dessert sauce?
They're just putting it on dinner.
Fuck. Oh, okay.
It's like, you know what would be great on this dinner?
For liquor. Like, that is thick.
No, see, I don't know about the DeBoa golden eggs advocate.
Listen, I'm willing to go to Wine Searcher and see what the price on this.
It's a little bit.
Oh, it's $18.
Hey, God, you know, we should just get some.
Yeah.
We should just order some DeBoa golden eggs advocatka liquor and get fucked up.
That's hilarious.
It is. Here, so hold on, Graham Baxter, what does it taste like?
Is it like an eggnog? Like, that's what I feel like it would
spicy?
be. Oh. Yeah, Tarkus,
So Monkey House is saying, hey, listen, advocate is where it's at.
Really?
Eggnog-ish, really? Okay, so it's actually like a rich, spiced. But
think
what's
that's
the
cool.
ABV? What's the ABV? Because you can't be like, oh, hey, it's like eggnog, and they'd be like, oh yeah, it's like eggnog, but it's fucking 60 proof. At the store, none of these motherfuckers are telling us what the ABV is, and that scares me a little
Look at
bit.
that Total Wine. Oh wait, no, Santa Clara. This is different. Never mind.
But we do have that InBev.
What is the? Did someone in chat
Yes.
mention this Veer Porton?
Yeah, see, that's
It's
the
closer
original.
to the original. Okay.
Yeah. But what's the fucking ABV? Yeah, I'm fucking old. I'm super old.
Yeah, thank
Get
you.
the fuck out of my face.
Oh, let me zoom in. You son of a bitch. What the hell is Optimus?
About okay, so 50
Can somebody?
proof, 50
Okay.
proof. Okay, so full on liqueur tier,
Oh, sure. okay.
aperitif. We gotta get our mitts on it.
I love eggnog, and
Eggnog is a
I
beast.
don't like.
I found
Apologize
one.
for
No. I found one at the corner store
Yeah.
down at Solace, right?
Yeah.
And they still had one that had gotten clearly lost inside the case.
Okay.
And there was a couple days left on it. No fucking problem. No problem. It's not gonna last 2 days.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last 2 days.
Go say. I think we could make. I mean, I don't know how you make eggnog, but it would be cool to learn.
It is.
I could show everybody how to make. I'm Italian, so I can show everybody how to make limoncello. That's always fun.
That would be a hellified episode.
Yeah.
Does it use rind?
Yeah, you use rinds, and essentially, like the easy way to do it is you take Everclear or some high grain spirit,
And make your tincture basically.
and you literally just throw rind, spirit, and sugar in.
And so no cooking or anything. You just leave it in there.
You just let it sit.
Oh man, that sounds like $1 million.
Yeah.
We should definitely do this. You know what? Listen, very quickly, I'm just gonna make a note of a couple of these, and then I'll have this stuff ordered for next episode. Okay? We got to get this advocate.
I think it would be fun to just try it.
Well, yeah, especially if we're gonna get together and play.
Cloudspire?
I hope the fantasy scenario is we either play Cloudspire or we play 40K this weekend if you can pop through.
Oh, yeah.
And then it might be fun to test that 1v1v1 mode that Kiko has in those mission packs.
Oh, yeah.
It might be fun just to test that out on the kitchen table before we try to show people how it works, right?
Yes, Faguso, sorry, I should have said limoncello. But, yeah, Crimson, I am obsessed with Cloudspire. I think the mechanics and everything about that game is amazing. The thing I'm disappointed in right now is I want to play Too Many Bones, and I cannot get the base set.
But it's sold out. I think that's why they did the. That's why they went to GameFound and did that.
Yeah, which is great.
It's basic, but
like
but
I want
that's
to
really
support this company.
It's a stopgap.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want this. I want to support this company. I want to see them at PAXs optimally.
Yeah.
Right. But no. So very, very quickly before we figure out the beer we're gonna do, I want to emphasize this just because Crimson knows what's up, but Blind Cleric doesn't. And so for anybody else who wants to know, I can't stress this enough. There is a game. A board game where you construct the map itself, like the board, is constructed out of high quality, luxuriant neoprene mats.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You construct a map, and then it has obviously 2, 3, 4 player modes, but it also has a full solo campaign and a full cooperative campaign to ramp you up and teach you the games, right? In addition to that, the gameplay itself is like a combination of tower defense and MOBA. So in a MOBA, the towers are already established.
But
right?
this is a whole. It is a traditional tower defense where you're building
where each of these fully asymmetrical factions, the type of towers that they place in their MOBA lanes are completely custom.
Right.
Like the group you were playing, they have a tower that isn't really to attack people.
No.
One of their towers is just is an industrial platform to extract resources.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh.
We lost our fucking minds on this.
Yeah.
No, it's not like Hero Quest. No, because we every round we expend a resource called CP to build our creeps in a stack that we send out to attack your towers and eventually your base.
And you're spending source, which you're deriving from kills and other things.
This is a
to
real
upgrade.
game.
Yeah, it's
somehow. It's fucked.
Blind Cleric. If you can, I wouldn't wait till the next Unplugged to play it. Like,
no. I couldn't believe how smart it was, and I got nothing but respect for that.
Yeah.
I got nothing but respect for that team for sure. I just ship theory games.
Like I'm honestly thinking about going on eBay. Too Many Bones is like $275 right now.
So it's a collector's edition.
No, it's just the regular edition.
No, I'm saying it's one of these things where their supply can't keep up with it, and so now it's a collector's item.
Yeah, so I'm kind of debating paying $275 for the base game.
Clank Legacy. Ack Inc. was like that. There was a minute where even as a $100 box, it had sold out, and so it was creeping up to the like $200 and $250, just because we did a run, but we weren't able to satisfy it. So who knows? Now, so we need a couple things. One, we need some themes, but that's not all we need. No. Yeah, EMW, but it's fine now. It seems like they got a new. It seems like they got a new thing pushed through there. A law of 3? Oh, hey, that's nice, Hoopo. So, the Planescape laws, law of 3s. Ooh, that is a good hook.
I like that.
Well, here, no, Archibald.
He could get his own beer.
Right?
Who knows?
Now, for the newcomers, Ghostly, if you could please show them Archibald. Survey says...
No.
There you go. That's not it.
Closer.
The Archie Beer, Storybook Brawl. Gosh, Storybook Brawl.
I think
some potions in there.
I think we'll wait a little bit to do the Storybook Brawl for certain reasons. We might get the guys to come on and do it with us.
That would be even better.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah, but Blind Cleric, the best part about it, Cloudspire has got that solo campaign, son. We could. We're going to do whatever we can for young Archibald. Raven Guard.
Oh yeah, Raven Guard beer would be cool as hell.
Because we're not doing dark beers these days. You know what I mean? It's like even when we do a stout, it's like, oh, why not a fucked up crazy blonde stout? Meh. It's like, let's make a fucking stout, right? Okay, we have got kick-ass options out there. I'm gonna refill this glass.
Hold on.
There we go.
That's what you like to see.
Mm-hmm.
Let the beer turn out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different style than the one we intended, but there is nothing wrong with the taste. It's just that the texture was not a lager texture. All right, man. But also, it does remind me of PAX Unplugged, which was pretty kick-ass.
I loved PAX Unplugged this year. It was so much fun.
It was kick-ass. It was so fun to because our thing is you do the day and then you meet up in the lounge, and that's the show for a lot of people.
Right.
It was great. Yeah. That's what I want to be doing, right? Like the Sheraton Lounge, that's the spot.
Yeah. It was a joy, Chris. It was a freaking joy.
Oh yeah, it was really, really nice to hang out for sure. Oh yeah, Graham Baxter. If you want to talk about hair, you want to talk about Corvus, Corax.
Huh?
Well, I mean, there is some emo shit going on 100% in Raven Guard.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Mega emo
I
style.
love it.
Well, Crimson, I mean, it's going to be there for you. That's true. They got some cool braids, Ghostly. That's right, actually.
I don't know if I can get away with braiding my hair. I just don't think it would work.
Well, yeah, but these braids are down in that beard.
Do the old Viking braid, stuff.
Yes. Yes. We had that mead hall on Mike and Kara's server. You remember?
That was the best. Our mead hall was awesome.
I had to annihilate. I had to dig so long into that hill.
I was thinking about Valheim, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to go back and see what it's like now. Like, we haven't played in so long.
Well, the Hearth and Home stuff, like we've missed multiple updates, right?
Yeah.
Like new biomes that we never saw.
Right.
Oh, Piccolo, listen, it's obviously this connection's bidirectional. Well, it's possible. Well, Agavesi, it isn't that he has strict rules. It's that if you try to take advantage of your little brother, your dad's going to fuck you up. That's a different one.
That's just protection.
Hold on, what? Left you? My unplugged experience was wild. I almost got kidnapped outside the airport and got displaced from my Airbnb. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You know what though? I mean, if it's any comfort to you at all, I lost, they tried to get me out of my room too.
Yeah.
I think they're not used to having people in these hotels. I think they just forgot how to do it. Because I mean, it fucked me up. Because they called like my autistic child, right? Because Bren and I had gone downstairs to get dinner for the kids. They called my autistic child and were telling him that we had to get the fuck out. It was bullshit.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, you just blame it on, hey, we're just getting out of a pandemic,
no,
right?
Exactly,
like we're coming,
exactly right.
We're getting back into a world where this stuff happens.
No, we have to extend each other a lot more.
Spidey Mark, what is Warhammer
Humanity.
World? Is that a convention that happens? Oh, you're going to Nottingham or wherever?
Oh, Spidey, that's so cool.
I'm jealous.
Please hit us up online with the pics. Well, Agavesi was nuts.
Yeah. Okay. That's GW's location.
It was really, really crazy.
I just want to go in and attempt to find that. What is the assassin that everybody tries to find?
I have one coming.
No. At Warhammer World, there's a giant diorama. And there is one mini that is like, you have to, there's been a search for this mini in this diorama and no one can find it.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, obviously, most of what I talk to Kiko about is Warhammer these days. Like, our text conversations are long. Now, Raven Guard it is. So, luckily, stouts are pretty simple generally.
Yeah, Spidey, if you do find it, you win some crazy
Oh, man.
thing, yeah.
Jake Threezy, yeah, exactly right. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I think everyone's forgotten how things worked. I went to a bar a few weeks ago and forgot to pay. I went back the next day to settle up and the barkeep had forgotten to charge me. Yeah, we have to extend each other as much humanity as we possibly can, and no one's coming to save us. We have to be kind to each other. Imperial Stout. Of course. Okay, no, that's the style. We can't, no. That's not a choice. It has to be Imperial Stout. Come on.
Okay, well, there we go.
It's an Imperial Stout. That's it. That's what's up. It's no, exactly right, BC. Why would we ever flip on this? Yeah, see, you got foe now.
Kiko's out there. He should come in here for this one.
Yeah, John Blee, I know. It's going to be hard times for good people.
All right, let's dive in, folks.
Oh, it's not the style we intended, but it is very good.
It's good.
It's very
good. Warm.
It's very warm. But you know what's funny about this? It's like velvet rope.
Yes.
It has a lot of spice
Yeah.
in it, even though there is no spice, right? Oh, under Dogag. I got great news.
Kiko's already here. I've seen him.
Yeah, Kiko, beer is a universe that is.
He doesn't dig it. It's not his thing.
For Kiko.
It's not his thing, but.
And also, Kiko is the design director. He's doing shit. But yeah, Imperial Stout, we're fine with this. But man, we haven't had a dark beer in here for a minute. This is gonna be really cool.
So here's all the stuff that it comes in. It's aroma, it's rich and complex, roasted grains, maltiness, fruity esters.
Oh no, it's
dark chocolate, coffee. Like we could go ham on this.
This is gonna be kick ass. Oh yeah, dude, Agavese is like saying 2 row for base, black patent for color. Listen, you're speaking his language here. He believes strongly in 2 row.
Yeah, and nobody ever lets me do it.
Yeah, a black beer with white head, that's exactly right. You know what we should fucking do with this one? Beer gas. Nitro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On the Imperial Stout.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about beer
Nitro
gas?
tank, right?
Yeah.
That is the one, because that's gonna deliver that crisp, thick white head. And we never use the other tap, right? The other tap is forlorn. Oh yeah, Baxter, this is it, man. This is the stuff.
Okay, so when we look at ABV, it's usually between 8 and 12%.
For this style, yeah.
How do we put that into the canon of these Raven Guard?
Load it into the cannon.
Literally. I think the 12% is Kiko's fucking. What's his
the
dreadnought?
Redemptor?
The Redemptor, yeah.
The best part is I know that he has the name somewhere of the Raven Guard that is interred in the reliquary. I mean, nothing would bring me more pleasure. So yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Redemptor.
But and like the 8% would just be the standard troops, and like a 9%
that's
would
going to be on the more subtle side, right? I mean, and subtlety is their thing.
Well, that's the thing. Like the 8% is them sneaking around, and because you know how Kiko can literally on turn 3 just send in another round of troops.
Yeah. Well, he can hide them. He can hide them at deployment.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
That's the 8%. I think that's really neat.
Yeah. That's the deep strike capability, and then the 12 is probably the fully four distinct remote ranged weapons.
Yep.
Yeah, I love when they talk about that. They talk about the liquor that space wolves drink, and it's like you just try to imagine what that shit even is.
Yeah.
It's not. People shouldn't drink it.
It's like what was it? The milk, mother's milk.
From, in
Firefly.
In Firefly. Yeah. And it's like, of course, you and I were watching it. We're like, oh, that's beer.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's like, it's liquid bread. Well,
Yeah,
that's also beer.
That's also beer. Yeah, mother's milk, not mother's milk.
Hey, so that's a 12. Jesus. They wanted to come out of the gate big.
Okay.
Deep strike potential.
So color is between 30 and 40.
Well, I mean, I think I know where this is going to go.
Can you go higher than 40?
No.
Well, you can,
But it doesn't do anything.
but you can't see it. It's like IBUs.
Yeah.
At a certain point, Ghost, this apparatus can't do it. When you're talking about SRM, this apparatus can't do it. Yeah, BC. So,
We have a full 100%?
chapter approved. That's a great suggestion, Krembeck. Chapter approved just came out with some point modifications that are actually going to save me huge points.
So how does chapter approved work? Like you got to download it somewhere, or is it automatically updated
It'll
to the
be up
fucking?
there. If it's in the app,
Yeah.
the app. This is the advantage of the app.
Yeah.
The app is going to have those point changes.
Okay.
Right. But for me, I was running a little bit low on points. So if I want to bring 2 groups of warriors, right, and that melee squad, which has earned their points time and time again. It's really who I put at the head of it. So it can be that Scorpion Lord,
Okay.
the Scorpec, Lordy and the Scorpets, or there's another unit that's sort of like the traditional classic one, which is a Necron Overlord, and it doesn't have the same melee capacity, but it has pretty significant ranged capacity, along with this orb that I can use to just activate resurrection protocols as an action.
Okay.
So I can fill squads back out. Real nice. Yeah. Okay, so that was a pretty comprehensive one there. They're looking for 40 SRM.
Weird.
Oh, that's the funny thing, Creme Duck, is that we can get this to 40 without it tasting like anything.
Oh yeah.
Changing the color with the right malt, most of this beer is going to be something sweet, good, and pure. In fact, most of this beer is going to deliver a color even brighter than what you see in the chamber right now. But you put 4 ounces of black patent in, and now it's nighttime in the chamber. Does it just say Love Sarlacc up at the top?
Yeah.
I love it.
So IBU-wise, it's between 50 and 90. Because remember, this is a high ABV beer, so you're using more IBUs to balance out.
I think I was not familiar with that. So those are like higher than IPA levels of bittering.
They're IPA levels.
Yeah.
Literally IPA levels of bittering. So we're using that to balance out a lot of the rich maltiness that we're going to get from this beer. Just remember, once you go past about 85 IBUs, your taste buds actually can't tell the flavor difference.
Then it's a flex. So that's what I would say, because if you look at Raven Guard and you look at their Primarch,
right,
and you look at their lieutenants without the helmet, and they got the Danzig hair, you could go 90 just as a flex.
Man.
It's about, the 90 is basically like doing a kickflip on the human tongue.
Right. Do a kickflip. You've seen those videos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost went back to Mox yesterday and bought Magnus.
I mean, I'd love it. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to get.
This is dumb. I want to do.
But I want to play a 1,000-point game. I want to play a 2,000-point game. I want to see what that looks like.
1,000 suns, 1,000 points. I mean, you just do the whole
thing.
thing.
But like, I want to have like a Helldrakes. The Terminators are 2,000 or 200 points for a squad of Terminators.
So the Scarab Cult?
Yeah, and a couple. I am going deep into 1,000 Suns now.
This is all I want to do. For me, ultimately, like, I love these Necrons. I think that I might end up filling them out to 1,000.
Yeah.
But Gene Stealers.
Gene Stealers have always been your thing, like, you know what I mean, like.
They're too cool.
You did play Necrons before, but like.
Yeah. I started with Necrons, and then. But the Gene Stealer cult's like just the vibe.
The problem is, I want you to play Necrons because I really want to see a monolith hit the table. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a monolith at Mox, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna buy it for Jerry, so he has to play it.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything else, but my birthday's February 6th.
Yeah.
So if that is important.
Yeah.
Now Gene Stealers are ballin', obviously, but the Gene Stealers in that context, Agavesi, those are actually traditional Tyranids. But that's a unit that the Gene Stealer cults and the Tyranids share. Mm-hmm. In the GSC, they're called Pure Strain Gene Stealers, and they can be, like, you can make them as expensive as you want. I mean, that's the thing about Tyranids, right? Everybody else has options to tune, right? Tyranids, it's like you're just buying biomorphs, right? You're like, okay, well, I want to have an invulnerability on this. I want it to be able to charge this far. You can make a set of Gene Stealers as expensive as you want, basically. Fade to Black, listen, nothing would bring me more pleasure. Come 3 o'clock, you'll have an opportunity to see many of the words I have said in practice upon this very table. Now, it's looking like a 50 out there.
For the
I know.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
I would say that is on the low side. In this, that's just going to mean substantial, perhaps even 2 wound malt body.
Right. So when we look at our base malts on this, like on a real imperial stout, we can go with pale malt, which is going to give us a solid base, which is going to be clean, crisp, and dry. And then it's going to let all the other grains we want to put in there do the talking, right? Mm-hmm. We can also do a Maris Otter, which is going to be a little more bready. And if we want to make it sweet, I would say the Copeland 2-row. Mm-hmm.
Two-row. Crisp, sweet. And then the Copeland.
Cram duck, we could start to think about oats in here a little later. Absolutely. Just to give us a body.
Well, and anything that we can do, because the IBUs are down here, oats would feel quite present in that.
Yeah.
All right. Try this. Try these flavors. You beasts! Yeah, oats is the stuff. Oh, you know, Sanoki, listen. Deploy and cover, absolutely. Get your score picks in early but safely. Focus fire when you have time. I don't even disagree with you. Today, it's not me.
It kind of is you.
Well, in some
I need
ways.
help, right?
No, I mean, this is weird. And obviously, we're going to have to look up some rules. Now,
I've been busy painting my army, so I haven't been able to really dive into the rules as much. So I need you to come in and help me with the rule side of it.
But I love the meat.
Yeah.
Because you finally got your book, right?
Oh, yeah. Finally got the book yesterday.
The Inferno Bolters, the Warp Flamers, the Bale Flame on this Helldrake,
so,
the Sorcerers.
My rubrics get the thing where the Inferno Bolters shoot twice. So they shoot 4 times if you're in rapid fire.
What? Why do they have that?
Why don't they?
Well, yeah, but those are strength 4, -2 AP hits. I mean, they're only 1 damage, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, it's 1K Suns, Sanoki. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be at 3. At 1:30, Dave and I are going to play some Storybook Brawl. This is basically what we do every night. It's just not live streamed. Woof. Okay, so they want Maris Otter and 2-row simultaneously.
Let's do it.
Is that a possibility? Let's
Yeah.
get it. Let's give it to him.
Okay.
That's going to be
X is gonna give it to you.
great body. Oh man, this is already working. In my opinion, this is already starting to do what it's supposed to do. Well, Agavesi there is. It's just not the. It isn't the. I mean,
It's a tie.
what's that?
It's a tie.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. And so he's going to build that into the recipe.
Nice.
Okay, so let's talk about the flavors we want to start to add to this. One, I think, is a roasted barley. This is a grainy, burnt, coffee-like flavor. We could do, I'll wait to get to that one.
Yeah, I got it.
Special roast, which is toasted and biscuity. We could do chocolate malt, which is gonna give us that roasted and chocolatey and nutty flavor. And actually, Special B.
Oh, really?
That's gonna give us a deep caramel.
Yeah, but it's like a toasted caramel. Mm-hmm. It's a rich.
Extreme caramel. It's the Mountain Dew of caramel.
It's the surge of caramel.
Yeah. Oh God, remember Surge?
I absolutely remember Surge. You remember Jolt?
Oh yeah. Well, what was the one? Was Jolt the like 6x caffeine?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, Jolt was great. It tasted horrible. It was so good.
It was so thick.
Yeah.
It was thick.
It had a lightning bolt on it,
was like
right?
Mrs. Buttersworth.
Yeah.
It was so thick. But that was the fucking land.
I love Jolt,
Dude, that was
yeah.
the land juice.
Oh yeah, it was great. Then like Balls came out, and I'm like, not as good as Jolt. Remember Balls?
But yeah, oh yeah, I mean
BAWLS.
No, I remember
yeah.
exactly Balls, and I'll tell you why. It's because the very first PAX was 2 days, but it was 24 hours.
That's rad.
And so Balls became
Like-
a kind of sacrament. Whew. Oh, I love that Cholcate malt. Yeah, Balls is still out there. They had Balls root beer. Yeah, Dweevers. It was hardcore, dude. It was hardcore. Well, there was multiple. There was like the sort of bubblegummy taste of the regular one, but then they had the Balls root beer and other flavors. I mean, you used to be able to get that from Think Geek. You get that caffeine pack, and they had like the caffeine soap.
Right.
And caffeine soap, and then the Penguin caffeine mints. And then
So the caffeine mints were weird. Like that shit was like,
that was
don't take that whole case of them or you're gonna have a heart attack.
You're gonna do sports betting and you're gonna make a lot of money. You're gonna be able to.
You're seeing
pierce
the Matrix
veil.
at that point.
Exactly. They want that Cholcate malt.
Okay, so, but keep this.
Oh, this zone?
Yeah, just put those back up again. We can and put a none. Like
Yeah.
we can stop at any time, right?
Yeah, I mean, the question is like, how extreme are we gonna go?
Yeah.
So we got some Cholcate malt. Delicious. So, but does that mean that we are done with malts?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We could add any of these into here.
Maybe not. Yeah, Nickman, I tipped Balls back for sure. I put it right in my craw.
God, it just makes me think of like how bad I want a gaming weekend where we're just away for a weekend and like tons of caffeine and just board games or video games.
It's gonna be a combo.
Yeah. I mean, essentially a PAX.
Oh yeah, original take for sure. I did not treat my body like a temple.
I treated my body like a Taco Bell.
Yeah. It was
bad.
Oh my God. This is the thing. I had an ex-girlfriend that worked at the Taco Bell.
Oh God, that had to be amazing and brutal at the same time.
And sometimes, like I would go through and I would order, and then we would like have a fight, like in the drive-through window, because we weren't together anymore. And I was like, and then I just ate the food, and I was like, that is the dumbest. This happened. This was like when I was 18. So I'm still like 26 years later, I'm still like, I shouldn't have eaten any of that stuff.
Yeah, but it was great.
But I'm just saying adulteration is obviously a concern.
Yeah. I had a friend who worked at Wendy's, and it was the best. Because you
get that frosty.
No, you'd go in and order 2 cheeseburgers, and then you'd come out with a bag of like 10 cheeseburgers, a frosty, fries, and I'm like,
dude, no, my friend Kelly, who was the bass player in both The Fine Print and Righteous Corn Farmers, he worked at Pizza Pipeline, which has the best breadsticks. It has like the savory breadstick, but they also have the dessert breadstick. Mm. Oh shit! It's this dipping sauce. Anyway, they had a pizza. God, it was like 3 feet across. It was. I was like, it's called the Gladiator, but no, it was called the Colossus. And he would bring us a Colossus for $10.
That's amazing. So, one year, like, I'm not like huge into the Super Bowl, right, or whatever, but like everybody you know is, right?
Yeah.
So I'd always have a Super Bowl party just to order food. Like that was my thing. Like I just want to order all the food, right?
Yeah.
And just eat.
Yeah.
I found this one place that did a pizza that was from here to the end of the bar. That's how big it was. Yeah, it was thin crust, like a margarita.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, of course. They just run it through the machine, right?
Yeah. To get it into my front door, they had to tip it on its side because it wouldn't fit through the front door. It was that big, and it was amazing.
What a delight.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Colossus is a substantial part of my youth. Special B Extreme Caramel. Right. So they are still doing it. They are still delivering real results. Extreme Caramel.
Okay, so put that pole back up, but just without Special B.
It's not going to hurt us. We're just going to go in there and get wild.
We could just be done here.
Absolutely.
With the Special B, the Maris Otter, the pale malt, and the chocolate malt.
Yeah, Grant Baxter, the first time I went to Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged, like for the very first PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, remember that? That was the best.
But there's a poutine restaurant.
Yeah.
And I didn't know about that. I just didn't know about that. Like the whole menu is nothing but different
But
poutine.
the thing we didn't find that till the end because we were on the search for like cheesesteaks.
late.
Right? Like
It was late. Well, listen, and I put cheesesteaks away. Like I fuck up a cheesesteak. I don't give a shit. I know exactly how it is. And I mean, I went over to. It's so funny. I went over to Nick's
The Knicks.
and got a bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, all right, kids. This is gonna be great shit. You're gonna love this. I get like multiple of these sandwiches, and then just
they're like,
naked in my
this
bed
is
and
a
watch
sandwich,
Netflix,
yeah.
and they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't give a shit.
But like, the best time we had, or one of the best unplugs. Wow, no.
They want no, but I mean, listen. But what have they put in? Right? They got the hot stuff in here.
Yeah, no, special B, pale malt, Amaris Otter, and chocolate. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the question is, what was our ABV on this?
Well, let me look at my notes. The ABV is 12, unfortunately. So get ready for some math.
It's not hard.
Oh my God, CC Nowhere says you have a poutine restaurant in Buffalo that also serves ice cream. Holy shit. Do they also serve beer? Do you have taps? Oh, butter chicken poutine. Man, I bet that's all right.
That sounds pretty good.
I bet that is okay. Memphis style barbecue on top of poutine. Well, I get it though. It's that Memphis style emphasizes a tangy sauce, right?
So, what's your take on the Anchor Bar and their claim to the buffalo wing?
Is this a concern out there?
No, well, yeah, I guess there's two. So I'm from Albany.
schools of
I'm from
thought.
Albany, so I'm like 8 hours away from Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So whenever I visited Buffalo, they're like, "Oh, you got to go to the Anchor Bar. You got to go to this place." Everybody argues who created the buffalo chicken
This
wing.
is
right?
this is a cheesesteak origin thing, like in Philly.
Yeah.
It's
But
a war.
Yeah, but like highly contested, I guess. Duff's.
For Duff's.
I've been to Duff's. Duff's is great.
I love it though. But this cleft just like rips right through the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like there's the eternal war, right? Yeah, exactly. And then you have to get what's the Kemelec roll sandwich? Beef on weck. Like if you've never had a beef on weck, this is the greatest sandwich on the planet.
What? What's weck?
Weck is a Kemelec
talking
roll.
about?
It's called the Kemelec roll, and it's the way they make the roll. It's like salt and
Oh, it's a style of roll.
style of roll. Yeah, you got to get a garbage plate, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, so Asmati Games, which is
Was it Nick Tahoe's is the place that started the garbage plate, which is fucking unreal.
Dude, so the place that, so PAX South, obviously, God rest its soul.
Yeah.
That's basically like San Antonio is where a ton of Kiko's family is. And his dad, by the end of that show, it was just his dad driving me and Kiko around to cool places that had awesome food. And he took me to a place, and then we got these like things, they're called buñuelos or something like that.
Okay.
It's like a crispy, crunchy thing, very good to eat. But the taco spot that he liked best is called Tacos and Salsa. That's the name of it. Like, that's the level of effort.
Yeah.
But the effort is actually happening with the tacos. It's not happening with the name of the taco place.
Right.
And so they are dishing up, they had one called the trash can. I think it's just everything in the kitchen, but inside some tacos.
So this is a garbage plate, if you've never seen one before. So they started.
Shit.
So this was a 2 a.m. food, started in Rochester at Nick Tahoe's, and it's macaroni salad.
Wait, hold on. The substrate is macaroni salad?
Yep. Like potatoes.
Like roasted potatoes? Like a hash brown?
French fries, basically.
Yeah.
You can get burgers, hot dogs, and then there's a sauce
Oh, so
on
you can
top.
customize it?
Yeah. Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of, honestly? Have you ever had HSP?
Yeah.
Yeah. This looks like an American HSP,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Does this motherfucker have sandwiches on it?
Yeah. Bread.
He's just got some, okay, so it's some
It's
bread slices.
essentially just all the shit you want at once.
Holy shit. Oh, it's all the sides.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Home fries, all
you
bacon,
can
that
get a
sounds
whole
great.
burger. You can get hot dogs on it. You can get whatever.
hot dog. I feel like hot dogs is a crime, but I'm down with the rest of some of this.
Yeah.
I feel like you put a fucking Frank up on that. You're shaking your hand to the universe. You're daring God. Right?
Yeah.
You're saying, listen, I can. There's nothing I can't handle. God tests a person like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now. Oh yeah, original take. Listen. Godspeed. All right, hey. So we're at the no level on our beer thing. So we have got the Maris Otter. We've got the pale malt. We have got
Chocolate malt.
the chocolate malt and the special B.
Yeah, so how do we want to hop this? We can do multiple hops in here too.
Yeah, I mean, we can go as hard as we want to on the hops. I mean, that's true. But I have to say, just at the outset, the grain bill, that's going to do exactly what we want it to do. All right, now, so hop. What do we think is a good hop for bird boys? For special bird boys? I don't know.
Okay, is it earthy? Is it piney?
Trees? Yeah. Yeah. It has to have a strong resin.
Or cedar?
Ooh, see, now cedar is a little bit more curatorial, isn't it? We have to keep in mind, obviously, that Corvus Corax was able to secure access to the secrets of the arcane genetic alchemy that resulted in the Space Marines, the Adeptus Astartes, right? So if we're talking about cedar, that's a little more curatorial, right? A little weirder.
I like Magnum. That sounds fucking great.
Magnum's big. What do you got in there in the notes?
Let's find out.
Ravens are Arctic animals.
Black pepper, nutmeg, and citrus.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like some alchemy for sure.
Let's see what Yakima Gold is actually.
Gene cedar? You dork. Cryo hops. Now that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean we can do any of these.
It's easy.
So
any of these can be done in cryo.
Yakima Gold is kind of neat. It's citrusy, grapefruity, smooth, and it's kind of like a noble hop. That's kind of neat.
Well, noble, we like that. I feel like noble is good for these heroics. The chapter lore is actually quite strange.
Really?
Yeah, I was reading up on it after having battled Kiko many times. There's a lot of holes in there. Like the Alpha Legion, they emphasize hit and run and psychological tactics, and so there's a lot missing from their story.
How about Northern Brewer? It's a bittering hop and imparts minty evergreen flavors.
Ooh. That sounds weird. I like that. All right, so this is for a bittering hop. Let's take a look. Yep, yeah, Blind Cleric. This is why I made the connection between the Raven Guard and the Alpha Legion. I think there's a lot of bizarre stuff. Cramduck, there's a couple that emphasize earthy or tobacco profiles. But these are all great choices. It's just how weird do we want to go? Mm-hmm. And it looks like the Yakima Gold with the brighter notes. It seems like there's not many takers on the brighter notes. Now, for the minty evergreen, there's obviously an enthusiast for the black pepper, nutmeg, citrus that has a little brightness in there, but it also has some spice character, which I'm a sucker for sure in a beer. You really can't fight it. Yeah, there's some genuinely bizarre stuff in there, in their lore for sure. Mojo Monkey Lord, putting their vote in for Magnum.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Magnum came out on top of this.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that'll be our baseline.
So do we can say no, and that's just it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Or we can add some flavoring hops into here, which would be kind of, that'd be fun too.
Do we want to? These are basically going to be, additions on top.
Right.
So we started out with the black pepper, the nutmeg, citrus rind.
So do we want to go more tobacco-y or?
Yeah, I mean, tobacco would be a great richness in there for sure. What are you thinking?
Let's take a look at.
Is dry hopping on the table? Absolutely, Cram Duck. I mean, we can definitely get some dry hops in there for sure.
Actually, what do you think of? Hold on.
Valheim? Mount Hoot.
That's interesting.
Herbal notes?
That's not. Yeah.
What do you got in there?
It's described as honey-like, fennel and tarragon. That is not the tobacco-y that.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying, hey, tobacco-y. And it's like,
Maybe.
maybe. Hey, Talp, so we are putting together a imperial stout, which is obviously the correct nomenclature for the Raven Guard faction of the Imperial.
Oh, this is interesting. First gold is a sweet tangerine and orange aroma with a trace of cinnamon.
Ooh. That is a weird, cool combo.
Actually, you know what?
What you thinking?
Straight up.
Oh,
Fuggle.
Fuggles is always classic in a stout.
Woody, earthy, and vegetal.
There we go.
That's a cool one too.
So take a look at these possible additions, friends. There's birdie. No, birdie is not a taste. You goose. Also a bird. Yeah, Ithone, fungal, yeah. Absolutely. We want some down or some dander. Put it right on the top. Yeah, exactly. There has to be a feather. You just put a feather in at the end. Hints of shuttlecock. Yeah, slight rubber.
Yeah.
Mold release. Yeah, Holly the Trash Witch isn't here, so no birdie. Obviously, she could deliver the results. She knows exactly what it is. They like the Fuggles. They want the wood,
Yeah, that's
and
actually-
the earth, and the vegetal. So that's actually a really nice counterpart to the other ones, which has a lot of spice base. That's going to give it an incredible. The middle part of this profile is going to be really good. Fuglay. Installed. Fuggles fully installed in the beer.
Okay. Let's talk about that yeast.
Yeah, let's get it.
So, the classic one, we're going to do American Ale 1 and 2. One is smooth, clean, and soft, smooth, and clean.
I can see that.
American Ale 2 is clean, tart, and nutty. More fruity. Let's figure something else out.
One of the British ones.
Could be, yeah. They have a Pilsen lager now?
Wow, makes sense.
I wonder if they have. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Fuggles works in a bunch of different stuff. It's sort of like the color. It's sort of like color theory. Whatever profiles it's near, it can inflect. The Thames Valley Ale yeast, is that a real Underdogag? Is that real?
Yep.
Thames Valley Ale.
Who does it by? Oh, it's, yeah, okay. Clean,
My yeast.
crisp, low in fruit, low in esters, rich in flavor.
Interesting. So
Throw that in there.
standard tradition. Thames Valley.
Sandzone, we have made smashes on stream.
Oh yeah, and sometimes we do smash as like a speed round, where we got to crush it. And they've been fun. Honestly, we did a smash when we did our collab with Two Beers.
Oh, yeah.
That was a blast, and we did smashes right then, and then executed them at scale, so we could basically to show like. You have to train your palate. It's like, this is this grain, this is this specific hop. So you simplify everything, even down to the yeast, which is just one of their traditional fermenting yeasts. Pulled it right off of the other, right? That was weird. But that's basically it. Smash is actually a really cool way to train yourself to understand some of these notes. But it seems solid to me, Underdogag. We shall see. Well, I mean, and I think that, obviously the people want to get that. They want to get that from the home of the stout, right?
I'm starting to think this is not a competition on this yeast vote.
What would give you that impression?
I'm throwing it out there.
What could possibly make the... Yeah, it has to be within sight of the tower. All right. Well, Thames Valley it is. Let's just jump in there and go hog wild. All right. Oh, indeed. Also the home of the Warhammer itself. Well, there you go. Yeah. Sauce is coming in here with the real info here. Making sure you know what's up.
Okay, so we need a name.
See. So, gathered throng, we are looking for names for this imperial stout.
Black Rookery. Behind ebony lines. Jesus. Raven's Pour. Wing Feather. Raven's Claw. Classic.
That's so Raven card.
Drop Stout Massacre. Quoth the Raven. Yeah. Guerrilla Warfare. Wow.
A lot of perversion out here. Misstouts were made. Deliverance. Well, XIX, I mean, obviously, I get the reference.
Nevermore, never pour, yeah.
I'm seeing some hop content here. I'm seeing some premium stuff. Mm-hmm. ABV 12.
No, it'll be a 12 by the end of this. We just have to add sugar to it.
Oh yeah, Graham Baxter, mega beaked helms on Kiko's Raven Guard. We'll just do Redemption. Can you see that on the label? That's strong.
Grim Tanked. Beaked Helm. Stout Imperium? What?
Murder. Yeah, Graham Baxter, they look like $1 million.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. Yep. Ooh, Corvia is good. All right, now, you wicked beasts. Take a look at this. Yeah, Eric's minions are already dust. Well, I mean, some of them.
Most of them.
There's some of them have some flesh.
Yeah. You gotta have a couple flesh guys leading the dust.
Obviously, the flesh change is real. You know, it gets changed sometimes. Take a look. All right, so there's some distribution here. Okay. GM Foe coming in, backing up the Praise Spinach and Sandzone play with behind Ebony lines. I mean, it's pretty sweet.
I don't
The
know.
truth is, I mean, after
That's so Raven Guard.
but after an hour, the truth is this just hasn't darkened that much.
Yeah.
This bile color for this Love Sarlactually beer is looking right. Yep. Let's go ahead and get behind Ebony lines. That's So Raven Guard and Drop Stout Massacre in their own category. All right. Take a look. It's in a book, Reading Rainbow. Take a look, and it should be firmly established at this point that at 1:30, Dave and I are going to take a ride into the shadowy world of a man who does not exist, but we're also going to play Storybook Brawl for about an hour and a half.
Have they put the Headless Horseman in that game yet?
I think so.
Yes.
Like if they have, I've got to play it.
Not the hero. He's not. There's some piece of art that I think references him. Or is there? I don't know. Oh look, there's a ton. There's a ton. I know that I've seen the art, so it must be in there. I just haven't used it. Now, the main takeaway is that from 1:30 to 3, we're going to be doing that SBB. Yeah, you know me.
You know me. Yeah.
And then, obviously, at 3 o'clock, you will find this very room that we are in transformed, turned into a wicked hall of vengeance for the Raven Guard and the Thousand Sons to tear each other apart in. So consider that. Ichabodied dorks. Now, behind enemy line it is. Behind Ebony lines. So that is killer. Everything about this is killer, and we haven't done a stout in a minute.
Yeah.
So this is obviously great news. Oh no, Sandzone, we have exactly the same fantasy about the nitro, and we haven't had a chance to use our nitro tap in a minute. So, let's get them both done. Sounds all right to me. Now, I'll go ahead and hide this poll. So, as I suggested previously, give us a few minutes to set up. I'm going to get a hold of Dave. He and I are going to do some Storybook Brawl. Cram Duck, what do you have to do to bribe to get a taste? That's going to be very difficult, just because somehow our nation is still in the grip of some deeply bizarre blue laws from earlier in the 19th century. That being said, what's the schedule? About how long does it take between brewing and fermenting for it to show up on the show? About 2 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah, about 2.
2, 3?
Well, I know it's going to take at least 6 weeks because we have 6 beers that are waiting.
Oh,
Okay, so primary fermentation should be 3 weeks, not 2.
yeah.
And then you go to carbonate. That's the standard time for most ales. Higher ABVs, maybe a little bit longer. Lager or stouts, you might want to age a little longer. It all depends on the ABV and their terminal gravity.
So it's going to be a while because we have a lot of other stuff that we're drinking through. By the time we get to this, maybe a month and a half. Obviously, come back and see us, but you should just come back and see us every time because we're doing this stuff for an hour and a half every Tuesday. Come see us.